Hello and welcome once again to Caversham Central. A quick update video for you. I've not been doing a huge amount on the layout, but there's one project which I've pretty much finished, one which I'm just kicking off, and a couple of new additions to the layout which I'd like to share with you. Pretty much complete. One very quick new addition actually, I'll just zoom in. Is this, I think it's Oxford die-cast London ambulance, which goes nicely with the ambulance station that we have here. I've been waiting for this to come out for ages, so pleased when Hatton's actually released information it was available, so snapped up one of those. So yeah, the town scene, I think, I'll just zoom out, as you can see, is still pretty much unchanged. Now the one area that I had been working on was at this side of the bridge. We've got the car park here, and I'd asked for suggestions as to what should go on the other side, and as I mentioned in my last update, someone had suggested a hand car wash, which I thought was a great idea. So this is actually what I've done. Let me zoom down, or get down so you can actually see what we've got. Move around to the side. Okay, now you've seen these kind of things springing up all over the place, and it was fairly easy to model for me. All we've got is some blue security fencing, or some security fencing that I've painted blue, and I managed to download some signage off the internet, and also created a couple of signs of my own. So we now got Spit and Polish car wash, and if I just move around, you can see the building, which is a new release from Bachmann, and again the sign on the top I just found on the internet and downloaded. So you can see we've got a few sort of bins and drums of chemicals and all that sort of stuff, and then we have here a car which is in the process of being cleaned, and behind it we have a rather filthy Range Rover. The Range Rover I just had a go at with the airbrush. I've got to say it makes the model look much more realistic, and I think having done this on one of them, I mean, I'm not going to weather them all quite this heavily, but I think all of the other cars on the layout, and if you have a look along, they're all sort of in showroom condition, which isn't really particularly realistic. So I think that this will not be the last car to get a go on the airbrush. And then moving along, we have, I think it's a BMW 3 Series, which has been cleaned. I'm really happy with how this has come out. The figures I got from Knock, and they're the best I could find in terms of cleaning figures. I think they're called the Spring Clean selection. But what I've done, hopefully you can see on the video, if I zoom in, is I just put some varnish over the floor and tried to make it look as though it was flowing away from the side of the car. I also dabbed varnish on the car, as well as just some bits and pieces of white paint, which I've sort of blended in, and I hope you'll agree they look like sort of the foam that you get. I've also put some more of that on the floor as well. Come around, hopefully you can get a better view. So I'm pretty pleased with how that looks as a car wash. I think it's quite an awkward little space, of what to do with it, and the idea is that the cars would come in one end, and out of sight there'd be sort of a U-turn or whatever for them to go out. So tell me what you think. I hope you like the look of it. I think I could probably do with a few other bits and pieces, a sort of paraphernalia in there for cleaning, but trying to source it is quite tricky. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with the look that gives, and as I say, I think it fits in quite nicely with the remainder of the town scene. Lighting. I actually had installed a load of the train save lights onto the platforms, and they were okay. However, the bulbs would get very hot, and a number of them had started to blow. And I've been looking around for a while for an LED sort of option, and I actually bought a selection of the, I think it's DCC Concepts platform lights, which are really realistic, but having looked at the instructions and all the rest of it, they just looked as though they were going to be really complicated to install, and electrics really isn't my strong point. So I decided not to go with that and kept on looking, and what I've now sourced, just zooming in, is these double-headed platform lights, which have been produced by Kites Lights. Now, they're not available on the website. You'll need to email Joe at Kites Lights, but they were, I think, $14.95 for a pack of 6. So I bought 2 packs, which will be enough for all of the platforms here. They come with resistors, and in comparison certainly to the DCC Concepts lights, they look like being reasonably straightforward to install, which is a good thing. So I guess this is probably going to be the next project for me, and try and get all of these installed and working. I hope you agree with me that they, I think, look pretty good. They're not as detailed as the DCC Concept ones, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make to avoid having to do lots and lots of soldering and that kind of thing. So those are the lights which will be getting put in over the course of the next couple of weeks or so. As I mentioned, there's a couple of new additions to the layout, and here's the first of them. It's a Bachmann Class 47 in BR Blue, running number 47148. I bought it off of eBay. I've been bidding for a few, and finally managed to get hold of this one, which I think was about 70 quid. And as an added bonus, it actually came already with a DCC chip installed. So really, in real terms, it probably cost about sort of 55-60 quid, which I think is great value. Those of you who are regular viewers will know that I do like a Class 47 and a 57 for that matter, and I've got a number of them. And this one I just felt would complement the existing fleet. It's a great runner, and really does look the part. I've weathered it up myself. It came pristine, so I got the airbrush on it, and let's have a look. A bit of frame dirt along the bogies and the bottom of the body. Not too much. I didn't want to go bonkers. And again, just on the top here, what you can hopefully see is a light covering of roof dirt, also with some black around the exhaust ports. Now I'm going to be having a running session fairly soon, and this will certainly be playing its part in it. I think it's going to look great with either passenger trains or freight as well. So yeah, very happy with that as a purchase, and I think it makes a great addition to the fleet here. An eBay purchase. Sadly, this one didn't come with a ready fitted chip, but it was still represented good value for money. This is the first 85 that I've got on the fleet. I've got an 86 in Freightliner for when I'm running more modern stock, but this is the first 85. As with the 47, I got the airbrush on it. Tried not to go too crazy with it, and again, you can hopefully see we've got a bit of frame dirt along the bogies and the underside of the, or the sort of lower side of the body sides. And again, I've weathered the roof with roof dirt. There we go. Hopefully you can see that okay. Yeah, so there's roof dirt and again just some black around all of the electrical sort of pickups and that kind of thing. And again, I've tried not to do too much there. So again, it's a locomotive which I think will complement my sort of 70s and 80s selection, and this will again will be featuring in the running session in the near future. And again, I'm really happy with really happy to have it included. So that's it from me for the time being. I'm sorry that there's not a huge amount to show you. I haven't done too much on the layout. I'm currently training to run the London Marathon at the back end of April, and as you can probably appreciate, that's taking up a lot of time. So apologies for the lack of updates for me, but it is for a good cause. I am going to film a running session over the course of the next couple of weeks or so, and I'll upload that in due course as well, just so you can actually see some some trains running on the layout. It's been far too long since I last did one. Anyway, so thanks for checking in. Please feel free to comment, and if you've not subscribed, then please do so, and I will look forward to showing you some more developments at Caversham Central over the course of the next few weeks. Thanks very much.